But it seems like only yesterday we were here for Super Bowl 52, and now back for the road to the Super Bowl here in the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium. One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
It's been a long season, but he still looks fresh running the football. He knows his guys are one game away from a Super Bowl, so he's going to give it all he's got. And that's a heck of a run right there.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Otto. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 28. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
To about the 26 here.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And, yep, indeed, the flag is out. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Well, this is caught by Williams. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Play action. Here's Hurts. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. We're backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That was the first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
This is taken at the 15. And oh, he spins past him and into space. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Otto. It's Williams on the catch. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
From the 41, here's a 2nd down and 4. And now here's a carry heading left. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Good move at the 30. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 10 more there and another first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Sidney Brown in on the tackle.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's able to get it down at a 2-yard line. 47 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Looking to throw. Otto looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll try to run this one in. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Third and goal here, a big play brewing in this NFC title game. They'll go with a keeper, trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down.
Well, that play seemed well scouted defensively. They collapsed everything inside, nowhere to go on the quarterback sneak. Now it's going to bring up 4th down.
The offense is going to stay out there. We'll see what the play call is. They need to find the right one here on 4th and goal. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Back to throw. Otto. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Kyren Williams there to make the grab. And the Vikings' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Nothing for him yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. He gets it complete to Harris. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play. They're holding to no gain.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Throwing is Hurts. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Down the right sideline. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well. And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
Here's 2nd and 10. Hurts. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Vikings are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw. Otto finds his man. There's Jordan Addison. And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the 1st down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
The Vikings send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. That is caught. Kincaid with it. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. 22 yards there, a 1st down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Hurts sets up to throw it. This taken in by Kincaid. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 35. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
From the gun, it's Hurts. He's going to air one out. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Kirby Joseph. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
2nd and 9 now. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they have work to do in the second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. And that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
58 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now if you want to take a shot on second down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. Inside the 20. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Deuce Vaughn from 21 yards away. And the Vikings continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's Hurts to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
2nd down and 8. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And yet again, he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. They'll set up a throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. That is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. A gutsy decision there at this stage in the second half in their own territory, and a decision that they might regret.
Can't wait for the post-mortem. You know, this post-game press conference, because the questions are going to come fast and furious about this decision, no matter how the game turns out, right? What were you thinking there? Why? Did you have a certain play call? Were you confident in your defense? Oh, yeah. Why? It's going to keep coming up.
Yeah, no matter the scoreboard, just tough to justify. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to take this close to the 1st down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 32.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a 1st down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 29-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
81 yards rushing for him now as he tries to will his guys into the Super Bowl.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled him with the inside run.
He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
Well, if nothing else, some signs of life here, Charles, because you're facing the big deficit, but at least they were able to prevent 3 more from getting on the board there with a nice block.
And that's how they're comforting themselves on the sidelines right now, because they certainly didn't execute well on that play at all. Bottom line, exactly what you said. They didn't need the 3, but they sure don't like giving up a block. They'll have something to work on as they get into practice next week.
Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the 20.
Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. 73 yards.
And the Eagles take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Jefferson going to go in motion right.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Back to throw. Otto. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. 1 quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Off play action. Otto.
Pass complete to Addison.
So the completion good for 6 yards. 3rd and 7 now.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And this offense on third down today, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 40-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds.
129 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Right back to him on 1st down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On 2nd and 9, Hurts. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That one good for 17 yards. And now they've got it 1st and goal.
And that's the kind of run you get when you know Super Bowl berth is in sight. They've got the lead. It's the 2nd half. All those weeks of wear and tear in your body just go away. He's running with purpose now. And that's a heck of a run.
They come up in a 2 tight end look here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front.
Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Let's go now.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 7 might change the thought process here as they have some options on 4th and goal.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th and goal as they look to finish this one off. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. And this time, there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. This complete to Jones. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that may do it for this NFC title game. And they'll indeed take a knee. And they take a knee. And for all these guys, whether you're a rookie, a 10-year veteran, there's no feeling like this NFC champs.
And you feel like family. Never at any time do you feel more like family than when you're sharing the joy of being the NFC champs. And now everyone gets to say they're going to the Super Bowl.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports.